This is my little twin. When I was little, this is how I looked.
Why is my neck so long?
You said, why is your neck so long?
Yeah.
I don't know. You haven't grown into it.
What do you get if you cross a cat with a parrot? A carrot. That's not that funny.
Kandi Burruss has made a remarkable mark, not only as a Grammy-winning artist, but also as one of the most talked-about stars on Real Housewives of Atlanta. For years, she has kept us entertained with her clever comebacks, high-profile drama, and relentless drive. While we've grown accustomed to seeing Kandi in the spotlight, her daughter Riley Burruss has quietly matured right in front of us, going from a shy girl to a self-assured young woman. Now, Riley is ready to step into the spotlight herself, and she has a lot to share about her famous mom.
Only focusing on me and what I got going on. That's where I'm at right now, because I'm like, time shows improves, honey. Time shows improve.
Riley Burruss has grown up in the public eye, with her childhood unfolding alongside her mom Kandi's rise on Real Housewives of Atlanta. When the show first aired in 2008, she was just a little girl, often seen supporting Kandi through the drama and chaos that made the series so popular. From the start, Kandi made it clear that Riley was her top priority, even as she balanced her career, friendships, and relationships. As Kandi's fame grew, so did the attention on Riley, who became a familiar face to fans of the show. Fast forward to May 2024, and Riley has blossomed into an independent young woman. She recently graduated from New York University, a proud achievement for both her and Kandi, who has always emphasized the importance of education. Riley's graduation wasn't just a milestone. It was the result of years of handling the challenges of growing up in the spotlight. Riley's NYU journey wasn't without its twists. While she initially pursued a degree in nutrition, she later shifted her focus to the music business, a decision many saw as influenced by her mom's career. However, Riley's choice to study music wasn't just about following in Kandi's footsteps. It was about understanding the industry from her own perspective. Riley has always admired Kandi's work ethic, watching her mom dominate as a songwriter, producer, and business mogul. But Riley has also been clear about wanting to build her own identity, something that's not always easy when your mom is as famous and successful as Kandi. Her decision to explore the music business shows her desire to blend her own ambitions with the lessons she's learned from her mom's career. While Riley's journey reflects Kandi's hustle in many ways, she hasn't shied away from sharing the challenges of growing up in a world shaped by fame. In a recent interview, Riley spoke openly about how her upbringing shaped her outlook on life. She admitted that while she's grateful for the opportunities her mom's success gave her, it wasn't always easy living in Kandi's shadow. Riley shared how the pressures of fame affected her confidence, especially when the public critiqued her appearance and personality. These candid moments offered a glimpse into the emotional toll fame can take on a young person. One of Riley's more surprising revelations was about Kandi's parenting style. While she praised her mom for her support and work ethic, Riley admitted there were times when Kandi's busy schedule made her feel overlooked. She shared that Kandi's ambition sometimes meant juggling many roles, which left Riley wishing for more one-on-one time. However, Riley also acknowledged that these experiences taught her valuable lessons, which she now cherishes as she builds her own path. Riley reflected on the balance between privilege and pressure. Growing up in a household where financial struggles were never a concern gave her access to incredible opportunities, but also came with high expectations. Riley shared that while she appreciated the comforts her upbringing provided, she sometimes felt the need to prove herself beyond her family name. These moments of vulnerability resonated with fans, who admired Riley for her honesty and maturity. With Kandi stepping back from Real Housewives of Atlanta to focus on other projects, it's clear that the Burruss family dynamic is evolving in ways we're just beginning to understand.
Well, okay, so everybody knows that this year, they took like a few extra months between the season to figure out what they wanted to do with the cast.
How long do they normally take to tell? So this is the announcement of the cast, right?
Right.
Okay.
Normally, after we finish the reunion, people get their letters to know, that they're going to pick up and go to the next season or not, right? But they were like, oh, well, we got to figure some things out. And so during that time, people know I work all the time anyway. Right. But, I started to have some other movie opportunities, a lot of other things that were happening that I can't even talk about. And I was just like excited about being able to spend more time with my family, but working and not being stressed and having to argue and go back and forth.
When Riley Burruss shared her thoughts about growing up with Kandi, the public was eager to see how Kandi would respond. True to her character, Kandi handled the situation with grace and pride, once again showing why she's a fan favorite. In a sorry, interviews, and social media posts. Kandi emphasized her love for Riley and expressed how proud she is of the young woman Riley has become. While some may have expected a defensive response, Kandi instead focused on highlighting Riley's strength, independence, and accomplishments, even admitting that she wasn't a perfect parent. Kandi acknowledged that balancing her thriving career and motherhood has always been challenging. She opened up about how difficult it was to juggle her roles as a business mogul, artist, and mother, especially during Riley's younger years. Kandi's honesty about these struggles resonated with fans, many of whom have followed her journey on Real Housewives of Atlanta. Reflecting on Riley's openness, Kandi described it as a sign of the strong bond they share, built on mutual respect and open communication. Despite any challenges Riley may have faced, Kandi's pride in her daughter has never wavered. Kandi often beams with pride when talking about Riley's achievements, from her academic success to her evolving career ambitions. In a recent post celebrating Riley's graduation, Kandi shared how proud she was to see Riley follow her own dreams, even as she forged her unique path. For Kandi, these milestones are proof that the lessons she tried to instill in Riley about hard work and resilience are paying off. Meanwhile, Kandi's own career has undergone a transformation over the past year. She has taken a step back from Real Housewives of Atlanta to focus on new ventures, such as acting and producing. Projects like her Broadway production, The Piano Lesson, and acting roles in shows like The Chai have become the main focus of her life. While these moves have expanded Kandi's already impressive portfolio, they've also required sacrifices at home. Kandi has been open about how her demanding schedule affects her family, which likely influenced some of Riley's reflections. This isn't the first time Kandi and Riley have dealt with public scrutiny, and it likely won't be the last. Their ability to face challenges head-on has always been a defining aspect of their relationship, and Kandi's supportive response to Riley's comments proves how strong their bond truly is.
And you think about how much she not only went through on the show, but brought to the show. When she came on, she was with AJ. He, between filming her first season and shooting the reunion, was... Wow. She lost him. Mama Joyce was disapproving of AJ in her first season. This was season 2 of Atlanta. It was It was Kandi's first season. She also, in those early seasons, did the music and wrote "Tardy for the Party," which has become, canon. I mean, it's just iconic to the moment.
As if the Burruss family wasn't already well known, Riley is now stepping into her own spotlight with her upcoming reality show, Making It in Manhattan. The series will follow Riley as she transitions from college life to pursuing a career in the music business, showcasing her personal growth, ambitions, and challenges. For many fans, this show will mark the first time Riley is front and center without Kandi by her side. It's a bold move for someone who spent much of her early years in her mother's shadow. Some fans are even wondering if Riley's recent revelations were timed to create buzz for her show. While Riley has insisted that her honesty was simply a way to share her truth, it's hard to ignore the timing with Making It in Manhattan just around the corner. The attention surrounding her comments has certainly sparked interest in what she'll bring to reality TV. Comparisons to other Bravo kids like Gia Giudice and Brooks Marks are inevitable. Both Gia and Brooks have successfully used their parents' fame to carve out their own niches in entertainment and fashion, and Riley seems poised to follow a similar path. What sets Riley apart, however, is her focus on the music industry. Unlike many Bravo kids who choose careers away from the public eye, Riley's decision to embrace reality TV seems like a deliberate effort to step into her own as a media personality. While her recent revelations may have taken the spotlight for now, Making It in Manhattan could redefine how we view her and Kandi. As fans, we've watched Riley grow up, but this new reality show promises to offer a closer look at her journey, ambitions, and perspective on life outside of her mother's shadow. For both Riley and Kandi, this next chapter feels like a natural evolution in their shared story.
On the red carpet for the Grammys, and you announced that you were leaving Real Housewives of Atlanta.
I wasn't sure how I was gonna tell people at the time, right?
Right.
And but it was kind of like boiling inside of me. So my friend, she asked me on the red carpet, and I was like, I'm not even gonna lie to you, girl. I'm not going back. Oh, I feel like that was the best way because it was my way, and it let me leave on my own terms. And it made it so I couldn't change my mind. When Andy called me, he was like, I don't know how I feel about this. And I was like, well, I guess I don't know how I feel about it either.
Yeah. Yeah.
At first I was fine until he called.
he said.
And then he started saying all these things about what he was gonna miss and how much he loved, our relationship. And he had me kind of teary-eyed on the phone, to be honest. And it made me feel like, wow, I'm glad we have this relationship. And I didn't leave on a bad note. We still have that relationship. I still support him. I feel like we have a friendship. I'm glad it's that way.
As Riley Burruss's candid comments about her upbringing spread across social media, fans quickly took to their platforms to share their thoughts. Many applauded Riley for her honesty and praised her for speaking out about the realities of growing up with a famous parent. One person commented, "Riley is so brave for speaking her truth. It's not easy growing up in the spotlight, and her perspective is refreshing." Another wrote, "I've watched Riley grow up on RHOA, and it's inspiring to see her embrace her own voice. She's clearly her mom's daughter." These supporters saw her revelations as a refreshing reminder that even the most glamorous lives come with their own set of challenges. They flooded her posts with encouraging messages, calling her brave for opening up about the complexities of her relationship with. However, not all reactions were positive. Some fans criticized Riley for airing private family matters in such a public way, arguing that it could cast Kandi in an unfair light. One person stated, "This feels like something that should have stayed private. No need to put family business out there like that." Another claimed, "I want to share your story, but Riley needs to remember her mom's sacrifices for her success. This feels a little ungrateful." Trending hashtags like Sasha Riley spilled and Burrus family drama gained traction, with fans sharing memes, opinions, and even theories about what might really be going on behind the scenes. One viral moment came when a fan created a video comparing Riley's revelations to earlier clips of her on RHOA, showing how much she has grown and evolved over the years. This sparked a new conversation about the pressures of being raised in the spotlight and how it shapes children of celebrities. So what does all this mean for Kandi, Riley, and their family legacy? The buzz surrounding Riley's comments underscores just how much the Burruss family means to fans. As one of Bravo's most iconic families, their ability to balance personal struggles with public scrutiny continues to intrigue viewers. Through it all, the Burruss family has shown resilience, proving that their bond goes beyond the cameras. Whether it's Kandi managing her businesses or Riley stepping into the spotlight on her own terms, the family's ability to thrive despite challenges is something fans admire. Riley's journey, in particular, highlights how she's becoming her own person, balancing respect for her mother's legacy with her desire to create her own path, and with Riley's potential to become a breakout star with her upcoming reality show and increasing presence in the entertainment industry. She's already carving a space for herself that's rooted in the family's legacy. Now, it's your turn. What do you think of Riley spilling secrets about her mom? Was she out of line or just keeping it real? Let me know in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe for more updates on your favorite celebs.